Unfortunately, it has come time to part ways with my faithful daily driver of the last 2 years, as my family plans on buying a brand new vehicle and I will inherit the old one. Future videos will come of those two cars, but for today, I would like to forever commemorate with a farewell video my 2000 Suzuki Vitara. Enjoy. This, ladies and gents, is my 2000 Suzuki Vitara JLS 4x4 hardtop 4-door, which I purchased in May of 2016. It does 0 to 60 in about a week. It has 44.7 cubic feet of cargo space, and I get between 21 to 26 average miles per gallon. The original sticker price of this car was around $18,700 if you believe that. Overall, this car has been great for its reliability, particularly its engine. It has also been a great vehicle for learning how to work on a car myself. I've learned how to replace sway bar end links, replacing a muffler, brake pads, rotors and calipers, lights, and other various parts on the car. I've enjoyed owning it overall, and I'd love to share it with you guys. Let's check it out. Under the hood, I have a 2.0 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine making 127 horsepower and 134 pound-feet of torque. Now, the car surely doesn't feel like it has that much power, but that's what it says in the factory specs. By the way, please do not condemn me for having a filthy engine bay. Trust me, I know it's dirty. I do have a full-size spare tire, which is great. A lot of new cars don't have that anymore. My tailgate opens as such. It's a side hinge door. It swings open towards the right. Obviously, you can see how this can be kind of troublesome. If someone parks really close behind you in a tight parking lot, you have this giant swing door to deal with. You want to make sure you don't hit their car. You want to make sure that you have plenty of room to load your stuff in the trunk. That's probably one of the worst things about the tailgate, but it's an older design. I haven't seen that too often in newer vehicle designs. Most of them open from the top hinge. Once I open the trunk, I do have plenty of room here. It's got decent cargo space. Also came with a nice little cargo cover that works very well. And once I put the seats down, as you can see, you can fit plenty of cargo in here. The back seats offer satisfactory legroom for rear seat passengers. It's nothing extravagant by any means, but you can get in and out easily enough.
Alright guys, what do you say now we get it out on the road and take it for a spin?
This, ladies and gentlemen, is my 2000 Suzuki Vitara, built in September of 1999. Interior is very basic, old school amenities, nothing really special here to be honest. And yes, you are right, I do have a tape player. You wouldn't think by looking at this car, but it is extremely capable off-road and in the snow. Thing plows right through anything. It has 7.5 inches of ground clearance, which is very good. Definitely attributes to its off-roading capabilities. Like I said before, even though this car is small, you can fit a tremendous amount of stuff in here. 4 of my friends and I once took a trip up to Vermont with this, and we all fit in it surprisingly, which is amazing for this vehicle. I have owned this car for about 2 years now, and it has been overall reliable. There are a few issues with it though, unfortunately. For one, the gas tank leaks. It also kind of bonks around a lot all over the place when you're driving it sometimes. Here are a couple of pictures of the car over the last 2 years. I feel like I've done my best to keep it as clean as I can. The wind and road noise isn't terrible, but it's definitely not up to new car standards, that's for sure. Also, the car does not like speed in any way, shape, or form, especially when you're shifting hard. If you're banging through the gears, revving it out all the way to 6,000 RPM, the transmission feels like it wants to curl up in a ball and die. The car hates it, absolutely hates it. It is not built for speed whatsoever. I guess it's kind of obvious though, right? Passing people in this car, emerging on from an on-ramp can be sketchy at times. I'm on the highway right now cruising at about 65 miles an hour and it's doing okay. It's fine, it's happy right there. But as soon as you get to about 75, it starts to whine. On a long ride, it's kind of much to listen to. It's not like the Jimny, but it's not that great either. The car's steering is definitely not sharp by any means. What's surprising though is that the car is actually really fun to throw around in corners. Scary, yes, but also fun, yes. It pitches a lot and it doesn't have much grip. However, you can feel everything that's going on with the car. It's very analog feeling and it gives you good feedback, so you know when you're pushing the limits. Right now, this car has exactly 110,407 miles on it. I bought it with 64,000 miles on it, and so far I can't complain. I haven't had to put much money into the car. One of the best parts about owning this car is that I can do a lot of the maintenance that it needs myself. The parts are cheap. It's not too hard to work on. Apparently the towing capacity of this car is 1,500 pounds. Yeah, go ahead, tow something. I wouldn't recommend it. 2 things that are phenomenal about this car that new cars will never be able to compete with are the visibility and the turning radius. The reason why the visibility is so much better is because in newer cars there's so much crash safety regulations nowadays. In this car, if you flip it over, you're a goner. But with that, your visibility is amazing. I can see everything in this car. This car is so easy to drive, so easy to park. It's actually 63.7 inches wide, which is great if you live in the city. It's very narrow, it can fit through a lot of tight spaces. The turning radius is very good in this car, which makes it very easy for me to bust U's when I'm lost and I have no idea where I'm going. Another thing that this car is great for is learning how to drive stick-on. I've been teaching my girlfriend lately, and she's been doing really well learning. First off, the car's not expensive to begin with, and if she breaks it, oh well. I forgot to mention this earlier, and I also couldn't show you because it wasn't night. But sometimes the lights flicker like this while you're on the highway. But it doesn't do it all the time. But then sometimes it does. It also does it with the headlights and the dash too. The sad part about owning a car like this, unfortunately, is that no matter how hard you try to keep it clean and keep it nice, some people will still never respect a car like this. But that shouldn't matter at all. Just the fact that you care about your vehicle and you work hard to keep it clean and you worked hard to pay for it with your own money in the first place, that's what should matter. That should be important to a car enthusiast. And you enjoy driving it, and you love it. That's what's important. I have to say, I don't think this car owes me a dime. I've taken it on a lot of road trips, and I've had a lot of fun with it. And I cannot deny for one bit, and I know it sounds crazy, but I will miss this car. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in and being witnesses to my honorary send-off for my Vitara. If you liked it, please give me a like. If you liked it even more, please consider subscribing, and I'll catch you next time, guys. Peace. Now, I would like to forever commemorate my faithful 2000... Two things that are phenomenal.